Hey there, I just thought I'd do a quick video. So just to say to you, the SXV ownership is going as expected. There it is with no engine. So it lasted about 80 miles before it exploded. So pretty well on the par for an SXV, I'd say. But what an 80 miles it was. It was absolutely fucking amazing. Very addictive. Probably I would say probably the most mental thing I've ever fucking ridden ever. So yeah, the crank decided to separate itself from one side to the other, disappeared. It's all been a bit of a roller coaster actually. So let's come over here a minute. So there's the engine there, all nice and rebuilt. There's half the crank there. Let's just turn that over. Apparently a 1 in a million, so I'm told. I'm the first, well, I'll say I'm the first one. I'm one of the rare ones that it's happened to. So there's the crank, which sort of split down that bit there, sort of thing. So there you go. Do you like that? It's good, isn't it? But the lad that I bought the bike off came to the rescue, and I'm in the hole for I own a crank now and some shells. So there's the rebuilt engine, which is ready to go back in the bike. It's funny actually, because a few weeks ago I was actually looking at the SXV thinking, oh, that looks really complicated. Lucky I haven't got to take that engine out. And here we are. So yeah, the next, I'll probably do another video once the engine's on its way back in. But as I say, it's, I think there's more bits under there as well. Yeah, that's the rest of it under there. But yeah, so there you go. I highly recommend, and even though I'm standing there talking about it with no engine in it, but I highly recommend it. In my opinion, from the half dozen goes I sort of pretty well had on it, this thing is peak supermoto. It doesn't get better, I don't think. It really doesn't. So much so that I'm probably going to upgrade the forks and get some Marzocchi forks for it, because these are the standard ones. The sort of black ones, well, you can tell the difference. I think, well, I'm saying that, I think they do a black in this standard fork as well, but the Marzocchi ones are black as well, and they're a bit fatter. So anyway, so there you go. So yeah, very quick video. Brilliant SXV, not so brilliant because the crank snapped in half. And I might add actually, I wasn't actually gassing it either. I was actually sort of coasting in sort of third gear, doing about sort of 3,000 revs and pulling the clutch in just to sort of coast every now and again through town, taking it very easy. And the way it kind of went is I was on my way up to Riders to get some bits for the Hyper, for the rear concentric hub, to service that. And I heard this sort of noise that I could just about start to hear. Then it got louder and louder, and that was probably the crank separating. And then I started to get a vibration through the right foot peg, and then I kind of nursed it home, and that was the end of it then. But very luckily, so I'm told, I was incredibly lucky. If you can say someone splitting a crank in half is lucky, but apparently normally that would have detonated the engine, but on this occasion it didn't. The only thing I actually lost was obviously the crank, and the shells that were obviously tied to it there, sort of thing, were obviously around it. So I lost the shells and the crank, and that was it. So I was very lucky to hold on to the engine. So if you can say that, you think yourself lucky, but there you go. And that's kind of really about it. It's a very quick video, just to say the SXV's brilliant. Said there, all fine. Actually saying that, next week we're going to the TT, so I'll be taking the RSV, but I've got to do an oil change on it first before I take that, because I always just tend to do an oil change on it every year. Oil is your best insurance, your cheapest insurance, so I always just tend to do it for the sake of doing it. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, so SXV, no engine, but soon to have an engine in it. So what's it now? Wednesday. I'll start putting it in on Saturday night. So that's my Saturday night taken up, and probably some of Sunday as well. Well, maybe all of Sunday, I expect. But yeah, there you go. There you go. I'll do another video when it's all back in one piece. Cheers.